Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to ETD React. It's your boy King David, and y'all, I'm talking about AI again. I'm starting the AI revolution out here, y'all. I'm ringing the bell. I'm sounding the alarm. Look, I'm gonna be upfront. I'm one of those people. I'm sketchy with this AI stuff. I don't like this AI stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I like to use ChatGPT. I use it like a research tool. Like, instead of like Googling something, putting in ChatGPT, or if I'm working with technical stuff, it helps me with that. But besides that, I'm really not into this AI stuff, y'all. I think it's an inevitable fall of our world, as we know it. And to me, why I think it's also important to share with y'all, I think this AI stuff is a true sign that we're in the end times. Y'all, our world cannot continue. I mean, I'm 26. There's no way I'm going to live to be 90 in a world somewhat close to this. I mean, by the time I would be 90, these AI robots are going to completely take over. I mean, it's not going to be normal life. Jesus is coming back soon. But anywho, I found this podcast very interesting. This dude, Diary of a CEO, is the name of his YouTube channel. He's cool, and he has this AI guy on the podcast, and there's four different, to be exact, talking points that I want to bring up, 4 different clips of this podcast, and we're gonna hop straight into it. YouTube was just tripping on me. Hopefully YouTube works. So yeah, this first clip, he's talking about AI taking jobs in just the next few years. So we're gonna hop straight into this. Okay, let's see. This is at 9:50.
You have made a series of predictions, and they correspond to a variety of different dates. And I have those dates in front of me here. What is your prediction for the year 2020?
Now, I forgot exactly what this dude does, but this guy who's on this podcast is very intelligent. He's worked very intimately with this AI stuff. He's not just some Joe Blow. Like, he knows what he's talking about.
Devin.
We're probably looking at AGI as predicted by prediction markets and tops of the labs.
So we'd have artificial general intelligence by 2027. And how would that make the world different to how it is now?
So if you have this concept of a drop-in employee, you have free labor, physical and cognitive, trillions of dollars of it. It makes no sense to hire humans for most jobs. If I can just get, a $20 subscription or a free model to do what an employee does, first, anything on a computer will be automated. And next, I think humanoid robots are maybe 5 years behind. So in 5 years, all the physical labor can also be automated. So we're looking at a world where we have levels of unemployment we've never seen before. I'm not talking about 10% unemployment, which is scary, but 99%. All you have left is jobs where, for whatever reason, you prefer another human would do it for you.
But you know what it reminds me of is that movie, WALL-E, where they have all the robots. I think it's WALL-E, but all the humans are fat and they're on like little wheelchair things. That's what it reminds me of.
But anything else can be fully automated. It doesn't mean it will be automated in practice. A lot of times technology exists, but it's not deployed. Video phones were invented in the 70s. Nobody had them until iPhones came around. So we may have a lot more time with jobs and with world which looks like this. But capability to replace most humans and most occupations will come very quickly.
Whew. Mamma mia. So that's crazy. So he basically said that first the computer jobs are going to be automated to where AI could take that over very soon. I think that was the 2027 prediction. But in a few years, just by like 2030, even manual labor jobs, you got your construction workers and all that type of stuff. And the technology will at that point be capable of taking those jobs. But the point he made, which is a fair point, is that, oftentimes we see that the technology is available but not being in use. Like he was saying, camera phones in the 70s or whatever, they were there, but no one used them. So yeah, that's point number one. to wrap your mind around that in just a couple of years. You know, hypothetically, all of our jobs can be replaced by AI. Now, will they be replaced? We don't know. But they will be. Like, they can be able to be replaced. Which is an alarming factor. That's a red flag. And, you know, for you to just brush over that and, oh, whatever, it's like you have to be choosing ignorance. You know, I mean, you just have to acknowledge it. This is a thing. This is the world we live in. This is our future. That's why you got to get right with Jesus, because this stuff is nothing. Okay, so this next segment is also a future prediction. So this is crazy stuff, y'all. So we're on 22:15 right here.
I have another. What's your prediction for 2030? What will the world look like?
Let's see what he's got.
So we probably will have humanoid robots with enough flexibility, dexterity to compete with humans in all domains, including plumbers. We can make
it's the movie iRobot,
plumbers.
man.
Not the plumbers.
iRobot.
That felt like the last bastion of human employment. So 2030, 5 years from now, humanoid robots. So many of the companies, the leading companies, including Tesla, are developing humanoid robots at light speed, and they're getting increasingly more effective.
This is crazy.
These humanoid robots will be able to move through physical space, or, you know, make an omelette, do anything humans can do, but obviously be connected to AI as well. So they can think, talk.
Right, they're controlled by AI, they're always connected to the network, so they are already dominating in many ways.
Our world will look remarkably different when humanoid robots are functional and effective. Because that's really when, you know, I start thinking, right, like, the combination of intelligence and physical ability is really doesn't leave much, does it, for us?
Yeah. We're the inferior
beings.
race at that point.
Not much. So today, if you have intelligence through internet, you can hire humans to do your bidding for you. You can pay them in Bitcoin, so you can have bodies, just not directly controlling them. So it's not a huge game changer to add direct control of physical bodies. Intelligence is where it's at. The important component is definitely higher ability to optimize, to solve problems, to find patterns people cannot see.
And then by 2045, I guess the world looks even more, which is 20 years from now.
So if it's still around,
yeah, we're done.
If it's still around.
Ray Kurzweil.
And this dude, I'm not gonna say he's an exact atheist. He's definitely not a Christian. But this science dude, he's basically an atheist. But for him to say if we're around by 2040, and then you got people who claim to be Christians who think it's a crazy idea that we're in the end times and that the world is coming to an end soon. It's like, yo, wake up. We're in the last days. Even the atheist people who know about this technology are questionable about our world continuing on for 15 more years.
Predicts that that's the year for the singularity. That's the year where progress becomes so fast. So this AI doing science and engineering work makes improvements so quickly we cannot keep up anymore. That's the definition of singularity, point beyond which we cannot see, understand, predict.
See, understand, predict the intelligence itself, or
what is happening in the world? The technology is being developed. So right now, if I have an iPhone, I can look forward to a new one coming out next year, and I'll understand it has slightly better camera. Imagine now this process of researching and developing this phone is automated. It happens every 6 months, every 3 months, every month, week, day, hour, minute, second. You cannot keep up with 30 iterations of iPhone in one day. You don't understand what capabilities it has, what proper controls are. It just escapes you. Right now, it's hard for any researcher in AI to keep up with the state of the art. While I was doing this interview with you, a new model came out, and
my camera had just shut off, so I think we're good again.
And I no longer know what the state.
Let me check. Okay, yeah, we're looking good.
State of the art is. Every day, as a percentage of total knowledge, I get dumber. I may still
That's
know more
crazy.
because I keep reading, but as a percentage of overall knowledge, we're all getting dumber. And then you take it to extreme values, you have zero knowledge, zero understanding of the world around you.
Some of the arguments against this eventuality are that
My, oh my. That's crazy. And that's the thing with this AI stuff, is that there's no end. You know, because here's the thing, it's a competitive field. You know, think about the space race, but even more extreme than that. Because you got these different nations, America, China, etc., whoever else. You got all these nations who are creating and innovating this AI technology, but it's a competition. So, you know, America, we can't just stop at a point to where, okay, after this it's going to get dangerous, so let's just stop now. No, because China's still developing their AI more, so we have to keep developing our AI. So as humans, we're going to continue to develop this AI stuff continuously, and it'll get to a point to where, like this guy was just explaining, to where the AI itself will be updating and upgrading, and it'll be happening so much faster and faster and faster that even us, the creator of the technology, we can't even keep up because the technology is innovating itself. And it's a slippery slope, y'all. It's already, I mean, you probably seen these AI videos on the internet. Like, there's crazy stuff. I'm probably gonna be doing more videos about AI. I don't know. Maybe the Lord's calling me to expose this stuff. I don't know, but I'm really hell bent over this AI stuff. Okay, so this next clip, he's actually talking about human extinction. Dun dun dun.
He couldn't destroy the world. Now we know nuclear weapons, we can blow up the whole planet multiple times over. Synthetic biology, we saw with COVID, you can very easily create a combination. We saw with weapons could kill a couple million. I don't know, 500 years ago. The worst dictator with all the resources could kill a couple million people. He couldn't destroy the world. Now we know nuclear weapons, we can blow up the whole planet multiple times over. Synthetic biology, we saw with COVID, you can very easily create a combination virus which impacts billions of people. And all of those things becoming easier to do.
In the near term, you talk about extinction being a real risk, human extinction being a real risk. Of all the pathways to human extinction that you think are most likely, what is the leading pathway? Because I know you talk about there being some issue pre-deployment of these AI tools, like, you know, someone makes a mistake when they're designing a model, or other issues post-deployment. When I say post-deployment, I mean once a ChatGPT or something, an agent's released into the world and someone hacking into it and changing it and reprogramming it to be malicious. Of all these potential paths to human extinction, which one do you think is the highest probability?
So I can only talk about the ones I can predict myself. So I can predict even before we get to superintelligence, someone will create a very advanced biological tool, create a novel virus, and that virus gets everyone or most everyone. I can envision it, I can understand the pathway, I can say that.
So just to zoom in on
hashtag 2019, 2020.
On that then, that would be using an AI to make a virus and then releasing it.
Yeah.
And would that be
an AI virus?
There is a lot of psychopaths, a lot of terrorists, a lot of doomsday cults. We've seen historically, again, they try to kill as many people as they can. They usually fail. They kill hundreds of thousands. But if they get technology to kill millions or billions, they would do that gladly. The point I'm trying to emphasize is that it doesn't matter what I can come up with. I am not a malevolent actor you're trying to defeat here. It's the superintelligence which can come up with completely novel ways of doing it. Again, you brought up example of your dog. Your dog cannot understand all the ways you can take it out. It can maybe think you'll bite it to death or something, but that's all. Whereas you have infinite supply of resources. So if I asked your dog exactly how you're going to take it out, it would not give you a meaningful answer. It can talk about biting. And this...
Bruh, in case this just went over y'all's heads, he's basically using an analogy that like the AI to humans to dogs is AI to us. Meaning we can't even fathom the ways that AI could take us out in the same way that a dog can't fathom the way that us humans can take out a dog. Like that. So like that's the level of comparison of humans to AI. That's crazy.
This is what we know. We know viruses. We experienced viruses. We can talk about them. But what an AI system capable of doing novel physics research can come up with is beyond me.
One of the things that I think most people don't understand is how little we understand.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all, this AI stuff is dangerous. That movie, I, Robot. Hold up. Hold the phone here. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. This look familiar? Oh, I wish I could make this image bigger. I hate how Google Images does this. Visit. This look familiar? There we go. Look. It's like a perfect replica. Y'all, these movies that we watch where they have the robots taking over the world and stuff, it's not some science fiction, some, ooh, that's cute, ha 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 ha. No, y'all, this is the reality we're living in. Go back and watch that movie, I, Robot. Go back and watch it. It'll give you a lot of insight of our world today. But I just want to pull that picture up just because it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. We're living in a movie right now. So this last part is about Sam Altman, who is the CEO of OpenAI, I believe, which is a ChatGPT company. And Elon Musk used to work with Sam Altman, but they had beef. But Sam Altman is like the big like AI dude. He's like one of the AI top dogs. So I thought this was really telling because the way this scientist talks about Sam Altman is telling, you know, because Sam Altman is essentially a leader in the AI world. So let's watch this.
What do you make of OpenAI and Sam Altman and what they're doing?
OpenAI. And
obviously you're aware that one of the co-founders was it Ilya, Jack?
It is.
Ilya, yeah. Ilya left and he started a new company called
Superintelligent Safety. Because AI safety wasn't challenging enough, he decided to just jump right to the hard problem.
As an onlooker, when you see that people are leaving OpenAI to start super intelligent safety companies, what was your read on that situation?
So a lot of people who worked with Sam said that maybe he's not the most direct person in terms of being honest with them, and they had concerns about his views on safety. That's part of it. So they wanted more control, they wanted more concentration on safety. But also it seems that anyone who leaves that company and starts a new one gets a $20 billion valuation just for having it started. You don't have a product, you don't have customers, but if you want to make many billions of dollars, just do that. So it seems like a very rational thing to do for anyone who can. So I'm not surprised that there is a lot of attrition. Meeting him in person, he's super nice, very smart, absolutely perfect public interface. You see him testify in the Senate, he says the right thing to the senators. You see him talk to the investors, they get the right message. But if you look at what people who know him personally are saying, it's probably not the right person to be controlling a project of that impact.
Why?
He puts safety second.
Second to
winning this race to superintelligence, being the guy who created God and controlling light cone of the universe, he's worse.
Hold on. That was where I wanted to stop it anyway. Yo, just as I was talking earlier, and I haven't seen this podcast in like a week or so, this isn't fresh in my mind. But just as I was talking earlier with the race between just America and China in the AI field, for example. It's not about safety, y'all. Like he said about Sam Altman, safety is a second priority. Winning the AI race is a top priority for all of these scientists who are in AI. You know, I'm sure some of them in the back of their minds are like, yo, this is dangerous. But I mean, the people who are calling the shots and the people that are, you know, at the end of the day, they're still progressing this stuff. It's inevitable. You know, I'm not trying to be some doomsday. Let me get back to the. I'm not trying to be some doomsday preacher. I'm not trying to be a fear monger. I'm trying to wake y'all up to the truth. Sometimes, most of the time, the truth isn't pretty. This is the red pill. I'm giving y'all the red pill right now. The red pill isn't about the Andrew Tate stuff. The red pill is truth. Okay? And this is the truth about our world. AI is about to take over this world. Well, actually, hold up. Because Jesus is going to come back. But for people who don't think that Jesus is going to come back, even in your version of the future, AI is going to take over the world. But before AI really has a chance to do that, Jesus is going to come back. And, you know, we're in the end times right now. The rapture is going to happen soon. You know, I'm not a date predictor. You know, they had the big September rapture thing. I'm not the kind to get into setting dates and whatnot. But the moral of the story is make sure your heart is right with God. More specifically, Jesus. Because there's a lot of gods, lowercase g. But there's only one true God. And it's Jesus, Yeshua. So, y'all, this world is fading away. It's meaningless. There's no point to be super attached to this world. Just get right with Jesus. Because, as you can see with this AI stuff, well, what more do I have to say? I mean, come on, what more do I really have to say? And one thing that's interesting about this podcast is that they start talking about religion and spirituality. And it was very interesting because, honestly, everything that scientists dude talked about, I agreed with, except when he started talking about religion, because he's talking about this simulation theory that we're in a simulation. No, all right, that's like I could do a whole separate video on that. I might consider doing a whole separate video on that. But yeah, he's on point with the AI stuff, but his spiritual beliefs are way off. But anywho, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. But yeah, I'll probably be doing more videos about AI, honestly, because it's so fascinating to me. I can't. It blows my mind every day. But anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. Come back again next time. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace out.